Thank you to my Patreons for supporting the channel, and special thanks to Paragon for that extra crazy support. How you squirting? Fortnite just hit its biggest peak the game has ever had. This is because of Fortnite OG, but Fortnite OG needs to end. And here's why. Now, I know a lot of people might disagree with me, but I do genuinely think that Fortnite OG should not stay. Now, I have a lot of reasons throughout this video, but obviously I want to hear your opinion too, so make sure to leave a comment with what you guys think. One of the biggest reasons why I think there's so many players on Fortnite right now is because people have not gotten the chance to play the Chapter 1 map in 5 years. Now imagine they make it a permanent mode and you can just hop on and play it no matter what, anytime. It's always there and that will never change. I personally think that will get rid of the magic of the OG map. If something's always available, it's just not special anymore, and I think people are really underestimating how much that means. One of the only reasons I think people care so much about the OG map is because you haven't been able to play on it, and again, 5 years. Like, I have so many memories from the OG map that I'm only now being able to relive, and it's amazing. Don't get me wrong, I think this season's like a 10 out of 10. Easily. But I've seen this happen in so many other games, and it truly is just like a disappointing sight to see. Now, before I explain all of that, one thing that I do want to just like lay out sort of my opinion on is that for the Fortnite OG map to stay, do you guys think that it will get consistent updates, or would people be happy on staying just the base map with no update changes? Because it's clear that Fortnite's going into Chapter 5. So if you're expecting them to double update the game with not only the Chapter 5 map, but also the Fortnite OG map, I think that's expecting a lot. And I think that it's likely to make both experiences suffer. Now, you may or may not agree with that, and that's totally fine. That's your opinion, and this is mine. But again, I have experiences with other games that went down this path with certain game modes, and to me, it just like completely ruined the magic. Now, you're not gonna like what I have to say here, but just listen. I used to play League of Legends a lot. Don't be mad at me, please. And when I first started playing League, there's this game mode called Earth. And if you don't know League, Earth basically just means ultra rapid fire. It made your abilities shoot super fast, and it made the game crazy fast paced and super fun. But the thing was that it used to only come out for April Fool's Day. If my memory serves me right, it was out for like a week and then it would go away and you'd have to wait another year. And for that entire week, I would never get off the game. But, and this is when things changed, they decided to make it a regular game mode. And at one point it was coming out like every month or every 2 months, like so often. And for me, that killed the magic. Whenever the game mode would come out, I was like, well, I'll just play it next time. I don't really care this time. And I have such a worry that that will happen to the OG map. Now, I know a lot of people would say, well, I would prefer to play on the OG map and not Chapter 5. But again, I would raise you the question, would you really prefer to play on the OG map with no updates, or if they did update, very slow updates, or maybe at the cost of Fortnite in general, would you still want to play on the OG map forever? And if the case is yes, I mean, more power to you. I just don't think that's realistic for most Fortnite players. Now, I've talked about this some on my Twitter, but a lot of people have said, wait, JoJo, Zero Build came and it was supposed to be a limited time thing, but then it stayed. So why can't the same happen for Fortnite OG? And here's the difference. One thing is, Zero Build in Chapter 3 Season 2 was like clearly a test in my opinion. And you could say that Fortnite OG is that same test. But again, here's where I think they differ. Zero Build is a template that just goes on the already existing game. So whenever you get a new season, you also get the new season with Zero Build. You also get the new season with Build. It's the same thing. Zero Build is just the template that takes out building along with some other new items and maybe a few other little changes here and there. But more or less, they just drop that template on top of the new season. So you're still getting consistent updates, consistent changes, new guns, everything. Now with Fortnite OG, that template is not there. It completely changes everything. The loot pool needs to be different. Obviously the map is different. Maybe the mechanics could sort of have like a template, like how they added tactical sprint and mantling and stuff. But I think generally speaking, it would be quite hard to maintain. I personally think that it would be good for the game if Fortnite OG after this point ceases to exist. And I have another point. Now, this is more or less of a rumor, but I had heard that the previous peak in Fortnite was actually the Marvel season. Now, believe it or not, I know a lot of people hated it, but just hear me out on this point. Just because a season is popular doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to come back. The evolution of Fortnite has always been, let's try new things, let's innovate, let's go chapter 2 map, chapter 3 map, chapter 4 map, let's try new things, new weapons, new mechanics, new everything. And for us to like halt that just feels wrong. I personally love the Marvel season, but I would never expect them to bring it back. I do have one idea that I think would fix everything and make everyone as happy as possible. But at this point in the video, I did want to mention that if you haven't joined my Discord, you should. There's a bunch of like-minded people in the Discord just wanting to play games, hang out, talk about stuff like this video, and it's just overall a really good time. So you should join my Discord, because if you don't, I'm going to be very upset with you. Also, if you want to support me and my content, use code JoJoJosiah and support me on Patreon. It means the most and helps me make videos like these. Now, I think that if we want to solve this problem, I think we need a smart answer. What could make the community the most happy while also not sacrificing the player base that is not happy, while also not sacrificing future updates of the game? I think I have the answer. Just make it a limited time game mode. I think if they made it a game mode that came back once a year for a couple weeks, I think that would genuinely solve everything. Now, I know some people may want it more, but again, imagine that it comes back and you're so excited. It's been a year. We get to play OG Fortnite again. Let's go. Rather than just it's around all the time. You're like, maybe I'll get on, but I can get on later. I mean, this is just my opinion. Maybe you do want to play it the whole time. But not only that, it could be a game mode that comes back, you know, once every year, or sometimes maybe they rotate it where we go OG Fortnite, then next year is chapter 2, then the next year is chapter 3, then the next year is chapter 4. I think that would be cool. And if they made it a limited time thing, maybe like the 1 month before the new chapter, we get some new updates and they could change it every time. That way it would stay fresh and I don't think people would get tired of it. As we're speaking, it's the peak of Fortnite. That is crazy to me and I did not think that's going to happen. But I guarantee you a large reason why it is happening is because it's only here a month and we're getting new updates for it every week. Like as I'm recording this video, it's only 2 more days till the next update and it feels like the season just came out. I mean, that's crazy. So I think if they want to keep this momentum, genuinely they have to kill it. If it's always here, not getting update, just sitting there stale, I do think the player base is going to largely decide that we don't really care about it anymore. And we would never get happy for it to come back ever again. But let me know what you guys think. Like I genuinely might be wrong about this. I just have a lot of experiences with other games where they've kind of gone through this same aspect. And I do want to know your opinion. I read like all my comments and respond to most of them. So yeah, leave me a comment. I'm curious to see what you say. And again, if you want, use code JoJoJosiah, support me on Patreon, join my Discord, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Keep on squirting. Fucking do more than 6. I did 6 damage.
I saw that. I saw that.
He had 5 HP.